Hello everybody and welcome to Dragonrider Happy Hour. Let me know if you can hear me okay in chat. I see all of you here and welcome to my bar. If you've never been here for Dragonrider Happy Hour before, the way this works is this. Everyone's invited to my bar. We will wind down the work week, kick off the weekend by chatting the latest and greatest gaming news over a drink of your choice. What are you guys drinking? Let me know in chat. I see so many familiar names and faces here. Hi and welcome. Good to see you. Sounds great, says Steven Summers. Okay, good. A little bit of housekeeping up front. I filmed a whole bunch of YouTube content. Yes, actual pre-recorded YouTube content for this channel. So I'm going to be rolling that out over the next couple weeks, including something very special for next week in place of Dragonrider Happy Hour. So November is turkey time. I think a lot of us are feeling this. And next Friday, instead of the usual Dragonrider Happy Hour content, I will be posting a video going head-to-head with my good friend Kale Anonymous for a Turkey Bowl Challenge Console Wars edition. Kale and I will be going head-to-head, debating Xbox versus PlayStation. And whoever loses we'll have to jump in a freezing cold pool. So that's going to be hilarious. And the whole thing is sponsored by the Hisense U7G ULED TV. And it's a fantastic TV for gaming, by the way. But I thank them profusely for reaching out to me and challenging Kale and I to do this Turkey Bowl Challenge because I think the video is going to be very, very funny. Yeah, whoever loses has to jump in a freezing cold pool with all their clothes on. And it's going to be judged by an actual turkey. Hence the Turkey Bowl tie-in. It's going to be a real good time. Daniel says, love the hair. Steven says, secret bar tour. That is one of the videos. Steven says, sounds fun. Go PlayStation. Took it home to Jenny, says, I'm late. No, you're here. You're just here. Don't lose, Trisha, says Michael. You know, I do think that Hisense is taking early voters on their Instagram page, so totally feel free to stalk the Hisense Instagram page, which I have linked in the description. And let them know that you're rooting for me. Dragonriders represent in the Turkey Bowl debates. And also, in addition, they do have, if you're considering a new TV this holiday season, they do have a no regrets guarantee offer. So you've got 100 days to try out a Hisense TV, and if you're not satisfied, then you can return it for a full refund. Again, more info on all of that in the link below, but the big Turkey Bowl Console Wars debate video between Kale and I is going to go up next Friday in place of Dragonrider Happy Hour, so keep that in mind. All right, now what are we drinking today, I'm drinking a hard cider. Bartender Nate was not available to make a custom craft cocktail for us today. However, he did do a dance on Twitch earlier today, so I feel like he's put in his time with the Dragonriders for the day regardless. If you didn't see that, it is clipped on my Twitch channel, and you should totally see that because it's hilarious. So gaming news topics we're going to be covering this week include quite a few, but they include Square Enix president said publicly that he was disappointed with Marvel's Avengers. Cringe. Elden Ring, we got gameplay footage, which is very exciting. Netflix gaming is now available in the US and Canada. Bowser takes on Nintendo for real, though. The end of Smash and Harry Potter Wizards Unite is shutting down. So we will go through and talk about all of those things. If you're here just for the news, feel free to skip to the chapter of the news that you would like to hear. All right. Steven says, regarding stalking Hisense's Instagram page, internet stalking approved. Yes, it's at Hisense_USA. And like I said, it's linked in the description. So feel free to go and stalk. Jordan Charles says, since it's a debate between Xbox and PlayStation, which side are you on? You'll have to watch the video and find out. But I will tell you, Kale and I both love all gaming. So we drew out of a hat which one we would debate. But you'll see all that in the video next week. It should be funny. Hi, Christian. Hi, Jenny. Hi, everybody. Michael says it's off to the dentist a week from Tuesday for a cleaning. Enjoy that. Clean teeth or happy teeth? I don't know. My mom's a dental hygienist, so I feel like that fits. All right. Happy Guy Fawkes Day to you as well, Andrew Thomas. All right. Let's jump into the news. I see some people saying, sorry, Nintendo. Let's go ahead and jump into the news. Here's what we got. So The Square Enix president publicly said that he was disappointed with Marvel's Avengers, which I was like, oh, that hurts so much for all my friends that have been like standing by that game. It's like, no, but it's good. You just have to give it a chance. I tried the beta. It was not for me, and I never went back. It felt very clunky. I didn't feel like I was playing as those specific heroes, and so I didn't go back. That's what I wanted out of that game. But Square Enix's president, Yusuke Matsuda, I hope I said that correctly, he said that Marvel's Avengers was, quote, too ambitious as a games as a service release and not as successful as the company would have liked. He said, we overcame a variety of unexpected difficulties in the final phase of the game's development, including needing to transition from work from home due to the pandemic. We were able to surmount these challenges and release the game, but it has unfortunately not proven as successful as we would have liked. Womp womp. So I wonder if he was saying they weren't happy with how it did, or if they were saying, you know, we weren't happy with what the game looked like in the long run. I don't know. But they did say going forward, Square Enix will work to produce games that mesh with the unique attributes and tastes of our studios and development teams. And I have to say, I've been playing Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and that game has been good so far. I've been liking it. The combat's a little clunky, but the writing and the storytelling and the voice acting are on point so far. While the president didn't say it outright, it does kind of seem to me that he thinks that Crystal Dynamics, who is, you know, known for games like Tomb Raider, etc., that their skill set just didn't work as well with the games as a service model. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of games as a service anyway, so that's fine with me, but we'll see what happens. Are any of you still playing Marvel's Avengers? Let me know in chat. Let's see. Jordan says, regarding console wars, yes, I agree. Get whatever system fits your needs. Don't watch Little Shop of Horrors before you go to the dentist. That's an evil suggestion. Evil. Let's see. Thomas Moffat says, I'm sure he was unhappy about the lack of money it made. You know, not as successful as they hoped is what they said. Steven says, I blame the model of the game, not the studio itself. Yeah, it's got to be hard when you're used to making more of like the Tomb Raider reboot style game to then be like, no, but we're going to do games as a service. And you're like, I get that. As someone who's not a games as a service fan, as a player, I totally get that feeling a little awkward. Daniel says it sounds like maybe it was a bit rushed. I don't know. Took It Home to Jenny says, that game felt like they forgot all the lessons the films proved. Slow build up, get one character right at a time. Working from gaudiness out would have been a better idea. I don't know what you mean by that last sentence, but yes, working on one character at a time is definitely what that game was missing for sure. Yeah, Han says, I tried a free weekend, but it wasn't for me. That's kind of how I felt as well. So anyway, now we have it officially from Square Enix's president that, you know, maybe that wasn't the best. But you know what? I kind of like when studios and development teams come out and say, I feel like we missed the mark on this one, and here's what we're going to do differently next time. I always appreciate that, so thank you. Elden Ring. So From Software and George R.R. Martin are teaming up for Elden Ring. I know a lot of you last time I was hyped about Elden Ring were like, I don't even know what that is. From Software showcased 15 minutes of Elden Ring gameplay this week and opened up pre-orders. How many of you getting those pre-orders in? So here's my thing with Elden Ring. As a huge George R.R. Martin writing fan, I love his stuff. And as a huge dark fantasy fan, I think it looks amazing. As someone who is not very good at From Software's games, I don't think I'm going to be great at playing it. I will probably try it just because I'm such a big fan of, you know, all the stuff that goes into it and the art style, etc. But it's probably a game that I won't finish, and I'll watch other streamers finish in order to experience, because a lot of From Software games, I do not have the patience nor the skill set to get all the way through them. But I love me some good dark fantasy. And if it's written by George R.R. Martin, it's probably going to have a great story that I totally want to experience, which is very exciting. Steven says, 2022 is already so packed for me, I just can't get hyped for Elden Ring. Really? Let's see. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy is what you meant, Jenny. Got it. Rick N7 says, Elden Ring is great and all, but Skyrim is coming out soon. Wink. Mod it, says Haswell. And Rob K says, Elden Ring may be the most visually stunning game ever. Yeah, that's exactly how I'm feeling looking like it. So it does look very Skyrim-like. But it's an open world Skyrim-like atmosphere, but more dragons! Huzzah! We saw lots of different things in the gameplay, including this like really, really awesome enemy, a bunch of really awesome enemies, actually. And we saw the map, which it gets built out using map fragments and can be customized. We saw the 15 minutes of gameplay that they showed involved mostly the discovery of this castle. And I don't know a lot about the game lore personally yet. I would like to kind of dive into lore brand new when it comes to games. So I don't know a ton about the lore. I just have watched the footage that they've put out and thought, oh my gosh, this looks absolutely stunning. Let's see. Daniel Casaban says, team, never heard of it. I'm so surprised so many of you have not heard of Elden Ring. They did show off in the combat that it looks like it's going to be very magic heavy in the combat. Spirits can be summoned to attack enemies, and I love summoning mechanics. So, I mean, if I can just build out a build where I summon and they do all the fighting for me, that might be my way around how brutally hard From Software games tend to be. Flaming swords. At one point in the gameplay, they even showed summoning the head of a dragon, which was very cool, and it worked as a flamethrower. Okay, so like Fantasy Doom Eternal, sign me up, I am in. They showed a boss fight, which looked really epic. And for those of you who are like, what is going on with Elden Ring? Steven says, too many games, Trisha, too many games. You know how it is, my backlog's huge. Elden Ring will release for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC on February 25th of this coming year. So February 25th, 2022. Anyone who buys the PS4 or Xbox One version will get a free next-gen upgrade for the PS5 or the Xbox Series X. And the pre-orders are now open. There's also a collector's edition with a whole bunch of other goodies if it's something that you're thinking about. And I would ask to you, are you a fan of Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne? Are you worried about if Elden Ring is already on your radar, are you worried about Elden Ring being too difficult in comparison to those games? Or are you like, I don't care, I'm going to play it? I mean, for me, I'm like, I don't care, I'm going to play it. And then when I reach a point when I can't progress any farther, ultimately because it comes too hard, I will probably watch somebody else complete it. Let's see. Hyperdrive Pick says, the Conjuration Wizard approach. Summon other creatures to fight your fights for you. You know it. I love it. Rick N7 says, Elden is looking very Dark Souls, and I don't like my games punishing me. That's why I feel like already before I've even tried it, I'm probably not going to finish it. The Spirit Springs look really cool, says Rob K. You can jump up to mountain ledges with it. That does look cool. Like I said, very like magic intensive this time around. Oh, happy early birthday to your girlfriend, Michael. That's awesome. Took It Home to Jenny says, I would really, really like a movie mode for From Software games. The aesthetic of Bloodborne and Dark Souls is so beautiful. I want to explore the world and unravel the plot, not die every second. I feel the same way. Jenny, you and I are on the same page for sure. However, Jimmy says, I never played any of those games. There you go. But Unreal Fury says, Bloodborne is one of my favorite games ever, and I cannot wait for Elden Ring. Cannot wait. I mean, I'm in the cannot wait boat just because it looks so nice. Honestly. All right, Netflix gaming. We've talked about it a little bit. Previously, it was only available overseas. It is now currently available in US and Canada, and actually over 190 countries now. But for those of you who are watching from US and Canada, we can now try it out. And it's only available to Netflix subscribers on Android devices currently. iOS support will be coming in the next few months, is what they said, quote, in the next few months. It might be like the first time ever Android has gotten something before iOS, I feel like. I guess that's not true. When it comes to gaming, a lot of times we see Android get it before iOS, but Instagram. Instagram rolls out new stuff and then they're like, yeah, it'll be on Android in like 6 months. Same thing with YouTube Shorts, which is super weird because they're owned by Google. Very confused. YouTube Shorts is like, we have all these great features only for iOS users. But yeah, I like to see the stuff coming to Android first. That's great as a team Android person. Or, I mean, ideally come to everybody at the same time, but I know that's not how development works. All right. So games on the Netflix Games app use touch controls only when playing in the Netflix official app. So I don't know if it's a separate Netflix Games app. If you've tried it out, please let me know. I don't know if it's a separate Netflix games app or if it's within the original Netflix app. I personally have not tried it yet, but it's touch controls, so there's no controller needed. You do need to have an active Netflix subscription, but other than that, there's no ads or additional fees or anything like that, no microtransactions, etc. And Netflix has been really trying to enter the gaming market. We weren't really sure if it was going to be like more Bandersnatch type stuff, and they're, I guess, focusing on mobile games first because that's the easiest way to roll it out. Have any of you tried it? Rob K says, Android only, yay me. Steven says, not salty at all. You know, yes. This is a bubbly hard cider. I did not just swallow a hiccup, but this is a bubbly hard cider, so that might happen at some point in the stream. Are We Dead Yet says, I just don't like YouTube shorts. I mean, I get that. They're much easier to produce than a full YouTube video, and I think the views count the same as far as like views for your channel. So as far as keeping your YouTube channel active, shorts are kind of like the way to go right now. That's why I've been messing around with them a little bit. I'm not going to post more than one a week though. It's just, you know, when I have time to make short form content, I'll go ahead and put it up on shorts. So I apologize if I'm uploading shorts and some of you were like, I don't like shorts, don't do that to my feed. But it's an easier way for me to be able to still put content on YouTube. So that's why I've been messing around with it. Sean Gentry says, I think the biggest issue for Android devs is due to the array of devices they have to design for. 100%. That's exactly what it is. That's why most devs will make it for iOS first. Is there a Netflix gaming app? Well, you just answered, said Daniel Casaban. Did you look it up? You were asking it as I was answering it. I have not tried Netflix gaming, says Jimmy Sprinkles. Took it home to Jenny says, I don't really play games on my phone, so it's not really for me, but I wish Netflix success. Yeah, I don't play a lot of mobile games either. Han says, just looking into it, and it looks like the Netflix games are all their separate downloads. Okay. Are We Dead Yet said, I did like the dress review you did, though. Yeah, you know, I was just making use of some old Instagram posts and making some YouTube content out of it. Huzzah. Trying to recycle a bit when you can, because as a one-person production team that tries to be present on every platform, it's just too much. I'll be honest, it's too much. So I'm, you know, constantly experimenting with ways to work smarter, not harder. Hey, there it is. All right, Bowser is taking down Nintendo for real. So this is a hacker named Gary Bowser. His last name is legit Bowser. He's a 51-year-old hacker from Canada, and he pleaded guilty to multiple charges of hacking against Nintendo. He now has to pay like $4.5 million in restitution and faces up to 10 years in jail, I think. And initially he was like, it wasn't me, I didn't do it. And he was working with a hacking group, or said he was working with initially he was like, I was not working with this hacking group. And then they found out that he was, and basically what the hacking group was doing was designing and selling console mod chips that allowed people to run ROMs. But anyway, Nintendo is not a fan of that, like ever. And the team he was working with, they're called Team Executor. This is like the funniest. Just between the fact that his last name is actually Bowser, the hacking team he was working with is Team Executor. Team Executor said their products were not specifically designed for piracy and supported the right to repair and homebrew gaming communities. But in October, the U.S. government joined with Nintendo to launch a criminal prosecution of 3 members of that hacking group in particular. Like I said, Bowser originally was like, I didn't do it, I'm not guilty. And then finally, he was found guilty of conspiracy to circumvent technological measures and trafficking in circumvention devices, plus violating the DMCA's anti-circumvention provision, hacking security stuff. In addition to his $4.5 million fine, he has also agreed to help the U.S. government locate any additional Team Executor assets. This is what they do. This is what they do when they get you. They make you work for them. Daniel says, OMG, Bowser is real. Right? Right. Did the Nintendo employee who discovered the hack have the name Mario? That would have been great. When Canadians go dark side, they do it well, says Rick N7. Jimmy Sprinkle says, I'm just glad Princess Peach is okay. Don't do crime, kids, says Jenny. That's right, don't do crime. Especially like, I don't know, Nintendo has a history of being like very especially anti that. Don't do crime against Nintendo. They don't mess around. Speaking of Nintendo news, this could be the end of Smash, y'all. Masahiro Sakurai, I hope I said that as well, the producer behind Super Smash Bros., ultimately recently said the series couldn't continue without him. And in regards to future installments of the game, he doesn't believe we'll see a follow-up to the recent Switch release. But he said, I can't say it's the end of Smash. He was like, I'm not thinking about a sequel, but I can't say this is definitely the last Smash Bros. But he also said, I don't think the series can continue without me. So lots of people are like, is this the end of Smash? Is that what's happening? Is it going to end here? Or, I mean, do you think there will be another installment potentially without him? Or will they just keep adding? I mean, they said this was going to be, Sora was going to be the final player or the final character added. I feel like there's already so many characters in Smash. They can't just keep adding Smash characters. Do you think they'll do another Smash? That's my question. Nintendo and Disney, they bring the hammer. They totally do. Sora broke the game. I knew it, says Steven. Let's see. Bye, Rick N7. Thank you for hanging out for a little bit. It was great to see you. Steven says, with respect, that sounds like maybe his ego talking. Ultimate was a little underwhelming. It'd be really hard to one-up Ultimate. Each one built on the last, says Hyperdrive Pick. So differences of opinion in the Dragonrider army, but that's all right. Rob K says, I just got into Smash and now it's ending? I mean, never say never. And Mike G brings up a good point. Lots of people had said it can continue without me before, and we've seen the franchises continue. So we'll see what happens. Jimmy says, I assume they'll make another one because why not? Speaking of games that aren't making another one and that are actually shutting down for good, confirmed. Harry Potter Wizards Unite, the Harry Potter Niantic game where you ran around and dueled wizards and fantasy creatures and all that. It was basically Pokemon Go, but Harry Potter skinned. Niantic and WB Games have said that it is going to officially shut down January 31st of 2022. Starting on December 6th, it's going to be removed from all the app stores, the Google Play Store, the Galaxy Store, etc. They said there will be some final gameplay tweaks before they shut it down, giving increased rewards, reduced brew times, and more XP to people. But, you know, it's a similar kind of game where you have to, like, walk around and do stuff. And I think I maybe know one person who still plays it, and that's it. But despite Wizards Unite ending, Niantic has come out and said that they are deepening their partnership with Nintendo to create more games based on Nintendo franchises. Are any of you still playing Wizards Unite? I'm not playing any of the Niantic games right now. I played Ingress when it first came out. I played Pokemon Go because Anthony Carboni twisted my arm into oblivion until I played it for 2 seconds. I played Wizards Unite for about 2 days before I fell off that wagon. So I'm just not big on those games. Let's see. As Steven says, no other game could quite capture the fun of Pokemon Go. We finally killed Harry Potter, says Rob K. That's awful. That's awful. Jimmy says that Harry Potter game was boring. Mario World Go? Maybe. I played it only once, says Hyperdrive Picks. Yeah, Potterman Go. Sorry. Mike G says, I know one Harry Potter superfan that still plays it. I'm with you. Catchfire Comics says, I have a Deathly Hallows tattoo and have never played it. So, you know, target audience maybe not officially captured in the way that it could have been. Hyperdrive Pick says, I do miss Pokemon Go, though. Have a friend who plays it a ton. They make fun outings. Yeah, I guess they do. GTA Go? Oh, I don't even want to know what that would look like. Nope. No, thank you, is what I say to that. All right, quick hits news. Battlefield 2042 gets 10-hour trials. There will be a 10-hour trial for members of EA Play starting on November 12th if you're a Battlefield fan. Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 have been delayed. They're now expected in 2023 or later. As a Diablo fan, this is sad news to me. Activision Blizzard came out and said, these are two of the most eagerly anticipated titles in the industry, and our teams have made great strides towards completion in recent quarters, but we believe giving teams some extra time to complete production and continue growing their creative resources to support the titles after launch will ensure that these releases delight and engage their community for many years in the future. Which sounds like a lot of PR speak for we needed more time, which I'm like, dude, if you need more time, give your devs more time. Don't crunch them. Get it. We'll wait till 2023. Totally fine. Let's see. And also, id Software teases a new game through a wanted ad. Yeah. id Software, or ID Software, I usually say id Software, had some job postings out recently that do tease a new game coming up. These would be job postings at its Dallas offices. So if any of you are Dallas local and want to work in games, get on it. They said they have openings for the development of a long-running iconic action FPS. They're hiring staff to work on an already existing IP, and that they're looking for someone to join the team to provide AAA quality sci-fi and fantasy environmental vistas and skyboxes. What could that be about? They, of course, have not confirmed what any of these, franchises could be in any way, shape, or form. But whenever people see job postings at development studios that we know and love, it raises question marks. Yeah, never crunch. Never crunch or release too early. I'm with you with that. Less crunch equals better. Quake reboot, says Catchfire Comics. Doom, Wolfenstein, Duke Nukem, Quake. Yeah, we're all guessing. We're all guessing. It could be any of those things. But yeah, if anybody wants to work at id Software, go for it, my friends. Honestly, that's all the news that I had for happy hour today. I feel like I went through it pretty fast. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, let me know in chat. DJ David says, what's the link? And I'm in. I don't know. You'll have to Google search id Software job postings or openings. Rob K says, I volunteer as a voice actor for these franchises. I don't know that they have a job opening for that. Catchfire Comics says, I've been to QuakeCon here in Texas. I mean, at least I know from my friends who worked at Blizzard, the fact that you're an actual fan of the games and have been to any kind of game events or anything like that always played very well into their interviews. I know when they interviewed for Blizzard, they were like, oh no, I've actually been playing this game for like a decade. I have this, and this build. They were like, that was very, very good. So if you're like, yeah, I've been to QuakeCon, that would probably do well in your interview. I would imagine. My Halloween was great. Are we dead yet? How was yours? We took Logan trick-or-treating. It was a real nice time. And Lasercorn, my good friend Lasercorn, formerly of Smosh Games, had a family Halloween party, meaning it was like early in the day and kids were included. So it was like, bring the whole family Halloween party, which meant that Nate and I could actually go to a Halloween party. It was all outdoors, costumes, all of that, and we were able to get him home just after bedtime. That was the day before Halloween, so that was great. Let's see. You're doing some crunches, Rob K? Okay, I feel like I came in lately on that, or I came in a little late on that conversation. Yes, Lasercorn is a good piece of corn. Agreed. Took it up to Jenny says, I'm just here to chill. I love it. I'm going to put this down. But yeah, I absolutely adore it. If you guys see me looking down a lot, it's because I have my second monitor set up just here on this bar stool. Because there's so many things going on my laptop at the same time. It's nice to not have to switch windows while I'm live. So I apologize if that's like an awkward eye line. I'll finally figure out how to stream in this bar someday when I decide to stop streaming in this bar, probably. But yes, so I know I got the housekeeping out of the way up front, but just a reminder, there will be no Dragonrider happy hour next Friday because instead I'm going to put up the Turkey Bowls console war video sponsored by the Hisense U7G ULED TV. I'm going to put that up next Friday at the time that Dragonrider happy hour would be. And let me just tell you, some of that video has already been filmed and it's hilarious. So if you missed it earlier in the stream, basically it's me and Kale going head to head in console wars. The winner will be decided by an actual turkey and the loser will have to jump in the pool with all their clothes on in the month of November. meaning it will be a very cold pool. It will either be Kale at his apartment complex pool or me at the pool here, and I promise you it will be chilly. So definitely tune into that video. I think it's going to come out really good, and I'm really excited about it. Also, I filmed a bunch of other content for this YouTube channel that I'm hoping to have go up. I want to get my Pixel 6 Pro video out as soon as possible, so that might go out next week as well. I might have 2 YouTube videos next week. And if it's not next week, then it'll be the Turkey Bowl video next week, and then the Pixel 6 video the week after that. So yeah, and I refilmed the bar tour. So the secret bar tour will actually come out sometime soon, I think. But anyway, oh, excuse me. Did my mic just pick up that burp? This, like, my carbonated cider just went all the way through my body. Like, I felt it from my belly button come all the way up. That was so funny. Hilarious. Brian says, bah, it's above 60, right? That's warm. That would be warm, except for it is not currently above 60. My pool is currently sitting between like 50 and 55 degrees because it gets real cold at night, which is definitely a cold pool. Am I excited about the open world Pokemon game coming out in a couple months? I mean, I don't play a lot of Pokemon. I'm not a Pokemons, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll do a Trisha's first Pokemons stream, and it will be that one. I don't know. If you're a Pokemon fan, let me know what should be my first Pokemon game, and maybe I'll do a stream of it. But anyway, happy Friday, everybody. TGIF, thank you so much for watching this stream. Please know how much I appreciate you. And whatever you do this weekend, I hope that you have a nice time. I hope that you use it to unwind. I am going to hop in a car with my husbando and child and drive into the desert, and we're going to stay at an Airbnb in the desert. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to do my Sunday stream from the desert, so I'm going to do it like IRL style and kind of show you where I am and what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. I don't know that I'm going to be able to play a game from the desert because I don't think I'm going to bring like an entire on-the-go streaming setup, just the IRL setup. And yeah, but then I'll come back Sunday night, so everything will go back to normal come next work week. But I hope whatever you're doing for the weekend, it's awesome. And yeah, be safe. You know, all the stuff I always say at the end of a stream. Be safe, try to stay healthy, and be kind to one another, because that's what life's about. All right, everyone. Bye. I will see you soon. Bye.